this was my first time meeting Amr Jobin in person. Jobin,
you never talked to him.
Never talked to him in my life.
Because you were talking to me.
Yeah. But Jobin is exactly how he is on the pod. I would say. You're just chill, bro, just vibing. I was like, sick, right?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to press me.
I think he does. For the sole fact, he was the main reason why we got our first ever championship in Toronto.
I agree.
So you're saying he should be retired?
Yeah.
I'm saying no because from a neutral perspective, if
You're
you
a
look
Lakers
at
fan. I don't care what you think.
Yeah, Lakers fan, right?
But okay, that's the point of me. I'm mediating this.
Yeah.
So for
me and Jobin are agreeing.
Agree.
You're the only one that disagrees.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another BTR podcast. Today, joined by another podcast co-host, 1/3 of the hours before midnight cast, Ekdeep.
What's good?
Our second collab, I guess you could
Second
say.
contributor.
Shout out Randy. Randy was first.
Damn, Randy stole the first from me.
Well, we tried to get you on. Gotta call you out for that.
Guys, you should have got that.
But no, for sure. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you one story, which I told you at Parm's Halloween party, the one that you guys hosted.
Okay.
Is that like this podcast probably would not have been a thing if I did not watch your podcast. So,
Really?
100%, yeah. 100%.
Because here's the thing, right? The quick story was me and him were kind of talking about it. This was like last year. Fun fact, we actually released this on one of our specials that we dropped at our 100th subscriber special where we explained how this all started. And in that pod, we explained the story was me and him were joking around how there's all the sports stuff. Like, we would be sick. We see the Stephen A. Smiths, like, it's all opinionated. We have our takes or whatever. We should do it. Like, no Singhs are really doing sports stuff, especially from here. At least, like, hockey and Canada Punjabi crew are, but I'm talking about in the YouTube scene, at least. And then I'm obviously like a little, because I was doing CPA at the time. I wasn't sure like what my life was going on. He was actually more down. He was just more camera shy.
Yeah.
And then with me, it was like, okay, the whole Loki Kikiani convo thing was going on.
He had the midlife crisis that you were talking about before.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Midlife crisis.
Damn.
With job and everything like
Naukri,
that.
Oh my God.
Vyah's not in the picture. But so then like your guys' clips started popping off. I saw a little bit of Parm's clips too, but I didn't know Parm was from here. I thought he was like a Cali creator or something.
Yeah.
It was just like
California.
But and then I started seeing your clips, and then I was like, eventually it was the one where you guys do with the girl Prab. So that's the clip I saw, and I finally watched the pod because me and him were home alone. My grandparents were going to India for her cousin's wedding at the time.
Okay,
so obviously me and him started having more conversations.
Yeah.
Mixed in with that podcast, it kind of like motivated me.
Yeah.
External life stuff, work, like he mentioned. To one day where I came home and I told him before he went to his game. Fun fact, in Abbotsford, that was his game that day.
Sick.
I'm like, you're down to do it? First he's like, what are you talking about? Then I'm like, are you down to do it? Then he obviously clicked, and then lo and behold, you're now on our podcast.
You know what?
So HBM is a big influence of why BTR started. So at the time, Jasmine wasn't on the pod, so it was you and Manrav.
Yeah.
But with the three of you guys, dynamic, it's been definitely an entertaining thing for sure.
It's just to add to that, I appreciate you guys for gassing me up a little bit. Here. Honestly, though, the podcast was one of the reasons we started was honestly to inspire people, especially Singhs and like people in our community. Because gale and I like look all of this, they're like, oh, duje bare ki soch, sade bare ki soch and shit. And that's like, I always hated that. I don't know about y'all, but like when I was younger, I swear to God, every time someone compared me to someone else, it would just make me.
Our own parents did that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like my own parents,
for sure.
Everyone's parents are notorious for it to an extent, right? Like duje the munda de, gwandi de, like whatever, right? And like at a point, I was just like, yo, like I'm me, and I'm gonna do me, like, cause I'm like, yo. Realistically, like, what do I do that's really bad? Like, okay, my grades might not have been the sickest guys, whatever, right? But yo, I don't drink, I don't smoke. Like, I'm like overall, I'm a pretty good kid, right? I would say so, right? So like, my parents, I don't know, they said that shit, so I understand where you guys are coming from too. I think it's an innate fear.
Don't blame them either, because for them, the life from India was school, jao,
kamai karo,
So like when we talked to our parents and we didn't even ask necessarily. We're telling them we're doing this, and then we're playing scenarios in our head, like
what they would
best
say,
case possible. They're on
Worst
board.
case possible.
Worst case possible. We're freaking fighting. Like, but thankfully, my mom and dad were on board from the beginning. Mom, even this morning, like video got the pani udandi jadi sadi, like we dropped a Wemby video, right? That went to 25K. Wemby/Spurs video before like the draft time. After Wemby's rookie year.
Okay, dope.
Like why there will be the next big thing type thing. And then that video went off. He dropped a Canucks video that went off. So she's like on her case right now because she's like, she could see that like as of this recording,
Yeah.
and hopefully by the time this comes out, we're at 800. But as of this recording, we're 798. So she's pumping up 1,000 herself, calling her
Dope.
friends that she may have not talked to in years.
Yeah, but I'm gonna
So
do
we
the
have
podcast
like our
right?
biggest fan is like
We have our
our
biggest
fan at the
supporters.
house.
It's just our parents.
Yeah, so
that's good, man.
for sure. So yeah, I just wanted to share that story with you.
Yeah.
thing.
Dope. No.
That's
It's good though, man. Hopefully we get Janrov and Jasmine on
For
here
sure.
eventually
And
too.
then crossover.
Yeah.
That way too.
Yeah, because you're right, yo. Like, you know what's like? It's funny. Like when we first started, we never even thought we were gonna get a manager, or let alone even get to like any sort of like level to have a manager.
Yeah.
So it's just funny now that we have a manager.
Exactly.
It's like it's just cool, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Jasmine's like definitely like ingrained herself as like a third co-host almost. Even though technically she's a manager, guys. Can't pump her up too much.
Yeah.
I know she's gonna watch this.
I know.
You're a manager, buddy. It's 2 co-hosts. No, joking, I'm joking. But yeah, no, it's dope, man.
Yeah, I think like we also like purposely waited to reach out to people because we wanted to build our own brand that way too. But like like we met with shout out Only Rans. He came on the pod and
Shout
we
out
talked to
Randy.
him. You now Parm met with us on the side. We at the Parm's party we met with like Diamond Dollywall, who actually came up to us, which was like a big thing. Some guy, I forgot who was the guy that Parm introduced to us. He took a picture of us on Snap. Right,
Is
and
it
they sent it to one of his
Al-
friends saying that they watch us, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's crazy, right?"
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
Is there Avi?
Avi.
Abi?
Abi, yeah.
Abi, right?
Yeah, Abi,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him
Cool,
and then
cool.
and then like obviously like Love Raj and Dream Chasers down there. So like everybody's doing their thing here. So even
Yeah.
for us, like we just wanted, like you said, hop on board, inspiring our family members, and like people are doing it that way too.
I have a question for y'all.
Yeah.
What'd y'all think of everyone at the party? Let's go through a list, okay? First impressions,
Sure.
okay?
Just
First
pose.
impressions, all right? What'd you think of Manroff?
Shows everything.
Manrav,
That was surprising.
Like, we told you this off camera. It was surprising because we thought he was definitely the high energy guy.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was there a little bit at first.
Yeah.
And then like it was definitely like I don't know. Like he's a chill guy. Like, he talked to him more than I did. I was talking to you at the time.
Yeah.
So like a chill guy. For
Saudi
sure.
history भी बहुत है.
Yeah.
History भी बहुत है.
Definitely like
He was more introverted than I thought he was.
yeah.
That's the best way.
Definitely. What's the word I'm trying like? Because he does Cordova Tech, right?
Yeah.
Aspiring or like that. Like
Yeah,
his
yeah.
aspiration, like big aspiration.
Yeah,
I know.
sharing with that.
ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਇਹਦੀ English ਬੜੀ ਇਹਦੀ English school ਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਾੜੀ ਸੀ.
Listen,
right?
I
More or
can
less
speak it
same
fine.
thing,
That's fine.
I remember my grade 10 midterm. I was at a C minus.
Yeah.
I took 2 all-nighters just to get that shit up to like C plus.
Happens,
But
brother.
yeah, no, that one was also Manroff. Like chill guy, everybody. First of all, I'm gonna make this clear. Everybody at the party was.
Yeah,
chill.
no, everyone should.
Everybody.
We're not roasting anybody.
Yeah,
I want their honesty because these guys are like starting to meet everyone in the crew now. I
Exactly.
want to just
Yeah.
ask their opinions, right? Because it's interesting. Because most people actually tell me they think like all of us are one way, but then when they meet us for
Yeah.
another way, but we're like the same.
Exactly.
Like on camera, off camera. Just people obviously have their opinions.
Yeah,
right?
it is similar. Just obviously you could tell because like on camera you gotta bring the energy and all that stuff.
yeah,
right?
to
So
an
like
extent,
when you meet people, like it's gonna be a level or two down.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
It makes
Okay.
sense.
Okay, who else?
Parm. What do you guys think of Parm?
Exactly what you see on camera.
Exactly the
Yeah,
same,
yeah.
right? Like literally
He's
not
Exactly what you see on camera.
Friggin-
Because fun fact, we actually saw him 2-3 weeks before the party.
Yeah.
So you know Kert.
Gert, yes.
He's like who does like the video.
Yeah, homie, yeah.
His sister got married to a really close family friend of ours.
Okay, dope.
So him, Moga,
They all pulled up
Montage,
there,
they
right?
pulled up
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
banquet hall. That was the party.
Yeah.
And me and Jovan look at each other because we were still talking to Parm just like here and there at the time. Because we met Parm again with the Chunni Heater music video shoot with Era Paisley.
Nice.
We went to that shoot. To support him mainly as well, and then we saw him. Yo, bro, that's Parm. And then we went up there, and Parm saw. He's like, "Yo, what's up?" And then like he was like saying, "Time to get on the dance floor." And you're talking to 2 guys that do not go. Well, me especially. That do not go on the dance floor.
Don't be roasting Jovan like that, bro.
But no, Parm is exactly what you see on camera is what you see in
He has a very loud personality.
Yeah, for sure.
He's a very big persona, quite literally.
Yeah.
Shout out you, Parm. What about Jasmine?
So fun story with Jasmine.
Oh, God.
I walk in with samosa. So the samosa were brought by us.
Nice, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
I'm like looking around. I'm overstimulated. Like I told you, like I'm an introverted guy.
Yeah.
I've only met Parm there, and I think Monte just I said what's up to at the shoot, right?
Yeah.
Outside of that, like I put the samosa. I'm like Parm, let me just put the samosa down. He's trying to handshake me while I had the box in my hand, and then she was there already. Like she was there right at 8 whatever the party was like. 8 o'clock. I accidentally ignored her, only in a sense that because. I said what's up to like Sigma and all these guys. But then like I know like she like again when I saw her around like exactly what you see on your guys pod, like it was a similar vibe.
Yeah.
But like the reason why I slightly ignored was like it wasn't even on purpose. It was more so like a couple of weeks ago. This was in Vegas. So like obviously we're trying to reach out to like different guests to come on the pod, right? And we're trying to get more Kudi on the pod too, so not make it look like it was just like we're reaching out to just guys on purpose, like athletes and stuff.
Yeah.
So this one girl. I got a noti that she followed back and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna DM her now. Like, hey, are you down to do a pod?
Yeah, of course.
Turns out I was blocked. I got blocked instead.
Oh shit!
So in my head, I'm like,
Singh,
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I guess being a guy who's going into a girl's DM, I guess. But so because of that reason, like a lot of it was like, I was scared to like approach just because like I don't want them to think like that way. But at the same, then after when she came by, I tapped her on the shoulder. I'm like, hey, sorry, I didn't mean to like ignore you. I just like there's too many people around. I didn't purposely mean to ignore you. My name's Amrit. I blah 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 podcast and then she's like, no, it's all good.
I'll be completely honest. I had a mask on. I barely could see anyone. Honestly.
You felt pretty like I looked at like okay, for context, Joven at the party was like chilling it, but like I like walked past you, so what's up, yo? I feel like you couldn't even see me. You were like looking up like this, like through the mask.
I legit take it off. Like,
but yeah, no. Then we talked for a little bit. Then she's like, then she asked like, I guess a couple of girls were like 19, 20. She's like, oh, thank God, some people are close to like my age here, because I guess she's like for me, she was like 4 years younger.
Yeah.
To him, she's 2 years older than him.
Yeah,
right?
So
we were just talking a little bit, and then when we left, we're like, okay, bye. Hopefully we run into each other.
Dope.
But that's it. But other than that, like everything you see on camera again is what you see.
Yeah,
chill. Yeah, just that chill.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Those are the main 3 people I wanted to ask. I think everyone else you like,
slowly.
So there's too many people.
I actually want to share one last story before we get into it further.
Yeah, let's do
UV.
Oh yeah, dope. UV.
Yeah, because
it's that costume.
Roderick, right?
Yeah.
So what happened with that one was like we saw Love Raj and all those guys. They said what's up to us. Like Chandi guys, I didn't get to talk to him properly, but he said what's up to to both of us too. So I went to go pour some 7-Up or Sprite. And I see a hand coming out in front of me. And I look up, like I look to the side, and I'm like, oh shit, it's UV. He's like, yo, what's up, man? I just wanted to say like, I haven't introduced myself. Your vibe, like I match your energy. Your vibe is like sick. Then I started talking to him. I'm like, oh yeah, no, like I love you guys. Shit, I actually messaged your brother in the past. Then obviously UV style joking around. You messaged my brother? When you like the classic, like taking it out of different context. But then I DM'd him after. I'm like, bro, it's nice meeting you. Hopefully we could link up and do something together.
If there's one thing we learned about this segment is like you're coming out more of a sus person.
Yeah, it's hard to DM karda. But
you gave me that job because you took the editing job, which
you did not edit.
I don't. That's true.
Yeah,
but
so you have to do
but
something.
Okay, let's
do something,
flip it back.
Okay,
what did you think of us?
Oh damn. Okay,
I'm gonna flip it back to you.
You know, so this is my first time meeting Amrit Joven in person. Joven.
You never talked to him.
Never talked to him in my life.
Because you were talking to me.
Yeah. But Joven is exactly how he is on the pod, I would say. You're just chill. Bro's just vibing. I was like, sick, right?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to press me. I thought I was going to get yelled at. Because, for context, right? Amrit's been messaging me for, goddamn, how many?
It's about a year.
It's been about a year. Bro, I'm going to apologize. I'm not trying to. I don't know. It's not that I need to, right? I just want to make this clear for the BTR audience. मैं जान के नहीं ignore किया, right? मैं जान के नहीं आया. Like I wanted to come on. It's just timing so bad, right?
Yeah, no, for sure.
So
I work full time. He does stuff like school stuff on the side too. Yeah.
And then same thing. I have the company and stuff. So like for me, like the schedule is so hard to align with, right?
Yeah.
But like I will always like, yo, I'll come on, right? And then like at the party, I remember the first thing I said to you was like, or like before I like fucked off and like had to go say hi to everyone else. Yeah. I was like to him, I was like, bro, मैं आऊँगा जरूर, आऊँगा, right? And I gave you my word. I was like, within the next 2 weeks, I will be here. And guess what? I'm here.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was like, man, but no, bro. First impressions, you guys are both chill. I liked you guys' vibe. I think I've definitely tripped out now because I thought these guys were like younger than both me, right? Both I know obviously Amrit's younger than me, Joven's younger than me, and then Amrit I thought you were younger than me too.
5 years older.
But this motherfucker's 5 years older than me, bro. Man, I look older than you. There's some auntie, some auntie, right? Okay, so funny. Some auntie the other day came up to me. She's like, "What the like tu shabbiyan salan da lagda, right? Like 26, right?" And I was like, no, like I'm not, right? And then she's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, exactly, I'm 23, right? So I was like, no, I'm not shabbiyan. And he's like, oh, chala, tu bihar kitta je, like tu India to kado aaya. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, damn, like I did not know my Punjabi was this tit to have like auntie questioning me that I'm from India, and like I took it as a compliment of anything. For sure, but the age thing, I was ready to be
I told you I was off camera. Vegas, everybody thought we were at least minimum twins.
If anyone's getting disrespected, it's me.
Yeah, right. Because he's the youngest one here.
The fact that like people.
But you guys are only a year apart, so it's not even like it's like you guys are massive.
Like,
you're 02, right?
I'm 02, yeah.
Yeah, some 01. Yeah, some 01. Yeah, that's dope.
But let's talk about your content creation journey. How did it all end up going?
Oh God, let me take you guys to the trenches already.
Sure.
All right, starting in grade 7.
Okay.
So grade 7, I was that kid that had like a cringy Minecraft YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Right? I just saw like, I don't know if you guys remember like Ali A.
Yeah, I heard of
T. Martin, all these like
YouTubers that did like COD and and like whatever, right? So like I started YouTube back then, and I was like just doing it for like just the shits and giggles, if I'm being honest. And like in my head, I have this sticky note. I still have it. It's in my drawer. I literally wrote down every single YouTuber I watched back then on the sticky note, and wrote down how many subscribers they had. Yeah. And then at the bottom, I said I will do something one day, and like I kept it with me like for all those years. And that sticky note is probably like 8 years old, or like no longer, dude. It's probably been like 10, 12 years old at this point. Like it's crazy. And like I was just like, dude, squeaky ass voice, puberty has not hit, and I was just like, hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, right? Like it was one of those. And it was dope though, because like it really showed me like that, hey, like I can do something if I put my mind to it. But then obviously, low-key right? Like they did say something. I was fucking severely bullied for it, if I'm being honest with y'all. Like I was hella, people were just like hating, like every time someone would say me, they would always like mock my intro.
I wouldn't like personally. I wouldn't have done it. I would definitely wouldn't have done it in high school. That's just me, because I know the vibe. I'm not sure about you, but
same 100%.
No, the thing is, I don't think I would have done the podcast or YouTube in high school either, because I think people that you have to see them every single freaking day, right? Why. So like so going back to that, dude, I fucking like every time someone see me, they just like be like they'd mock my intro, and like it eventually got discouraging, right? So I think going into grade 9 is when I stopped doing the YouTube stuff. Like completely, like the gaming side of things, right? Bro, funny story. I went to India in grade 8, right? I took 2 days off from school to spam record Call of Duty Advanced Warfare gameplay so I can upload it. And then I went out and then I used Sony Vegas for editing, by the way. Camtasia Studio. Okay. If anyone knows Camtasia Studio, I sat there 2 days off from school editing YouTube videos to have them scheduled for upload every single Wednesday for my duration of my trip to India, because I didn't want to miss an upload. Right. So then like I was like fully like, I thought I was going places, man. I was like, yo, that's it, guys. I'm the next Call of Duty like YouTuber, right? Like that's it. Like Agi Jedi even the right. And I was like, and then obviously grade 9 hits, and like I might like stop doing it. But the thing is, I actually started doing like other stuff like in grade 11, 12. I started trying streaming a little bit, like Twitch streaming for gaming and stuff. Again, fell out about that. And then now, fast forward. I mean, after uni, like I want to say this was. No, 2021. 2021 is when I re-entered the content scene in terms of for myself. But in 2020 during COVID, because COVID is where dreams were realized for a lot of people, I ended up starting like this like not like I didn't fully make the company legit, but I started this little thing like side hustle, I guess, where I was like editing people's clips. I learned how to start editing Premiere Pro. I got really good at Premiere Pro, and I just started editing people's clips. Then I found other people that edit people's clips, and I started doing like some like drop shipping for editing clips, like clip arbitrage is essentially the business model. And then after that, 2021 hits, I start streaming again. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna start streaming. I'm gonna start like doing all this stuff. And I was playing Overwatch. I don't know if y'all know what Overwatch is. Yeah. So I just started playing Overwatch, and I was like just spam streaming Overwatch. And then the point got really good, and then that's when I met Parm. So my manager at the time at Foot Locker, because I used to work at Foot Locker, was also Parm's ex-manager as well before he switched to my store. And then he told me, he's like, yo, there's this other Singh at like Surrey location, Guildford location that like does Twitch streaming. So then I looked into it, and I saw Parm versus the World. I was like, and this is the time, right? This guy just had started like not too long ago, right? And so I joined his stream one day, and then he's just doing like vid checks or something, and I like joined up on Discord, started talking. I was like, yo, like my manager, like blah blah blah. And then we just started chopping it up, and then we got really cool. And then I was still streaming at the time. Streamed for about I was streaming. This was like August, right? I stopped streaming in like I want to say December of that year. But then before I stopped streaming in October of 2022 is when Hours Before Midnight was created. And me and Manor created that shit like just off a whim. Mind you, I hadn't spoken to Manor for 7 years prior to messaging him to start the podcast. So I like hit him up. We met up at a Starbucks. Most like sus shit I could have done. Hey, like come meet me at a Starbucks, buddy. But yeah, like we met him at a Starbucks, and then we talked for like not even like 20 minutes. Ordered the equipment the same day. Started the pod, right? And then the rest is history with that. But the thing is, then after that, I just started getting more consistent with like my own other content journey outside of the podcast. And then I incorporated the company, did all that shit. And then now I'm like obviously really involved into it. Like something like, Randy's Badam Latil clip was unfortunately edited by my company. And then also like, I should have worn that shirt today then. Yeah, 100% you should have, man. Even like some of the other clips you guys like know and love a lot of that shit like early on from Parm stuff, and even early on from our stuff, and like whatever, a lot of it was like edited through E8, and it was great, man. Even now like I'm still doing that, and then podcasting, and yeah, it's just good vibes, man. But enough about me. What made y'all want to start the pod?
So you
Yeah.
You're one reason.
Well, yeah, but like besides me though.
No,
like,
okay, so
there's many stories. There's many sides.
Like,
to this.
what's like the one key thing? Because for me, the key thing was like the reason I started the podcast is because of the Kassan protests. This is a really like no one really.
Yeah.
So
that is true.
You know, because you know what, bro? Before the podcast, I was that zero, like no profile picture, like 300 follower Andy.
Yeah.
Right, and then there's nothing wrong with that. Let me reiterate. There's nothing
sure.
wrong with that. But one of my friends told me to repost the Kassan protest thing on my story.
Yeah.
And I literally was like, why?
Yeah.
Not because I didn't want to support the cause. It was because every single one of my followers already reposting it, and if I reposted it, then so lokan already post kita ya.
Yeah.
There's the same 300 people. So where is it going, right? And then I realized I don't have a voice.
Yeah.
And then that pissed me off because I was like, bro, like I remember like the fire and passion I had as a kid being like, yo, I want to be someone one day when it comes to content. And I kind of let that go because of like, what are people gonna think?
Yeah.
And then that's what kind of lit the ignition. That was the ignition. Like that was the switch.
For me, I guess a lot of the story comes from me because I'm the older one here a little bit.
That's right.
But like you're talking to big sports fans, right?
Yeah.
Growing up, like literally, like I don't know if people remember basic cable, where like channel 2 was guide. And like you only have like up to 29 channels.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I grew up with. And then he grew like for it when he was born. It kind of like a couple of years for him before we got like the satellites and all that. Right.
Yeah.
So like for me, outside of like YTV was channel 25. So like you know the cartoons there or whatever.
Shout out YTV.
So obviously, and Arthur. Arthur was the big show that
I miss Treehouse. Yeah.
But
Treehouse is fire, bro.
But we didn't have that. That was we had to go to Mama's house to watch that because like we didn't have it on basic.
That's why I like going to Mama's house.
Yeah.
But it was. Like the Canucks were obviously going to be on because my dad through my mom, my cousins were watching the Canucks, right? And then Sportsnet was channel 22, and then over there, believe it or not, my second sport was actually baseball.
Really?
I got into baseball so much with the Blue Jays and everything, and even watched like late night Mariners games and stuff like that. So I got into baseball. Soccer was played on there a lot, so that's how it became like you see the thing behind you, Manchester United. They suck right now, but like they're my team. Then slowly the Lakers were on, and I became like
Lakers fan.
I remember that my earliest memory I think was like 04 for all my sports journey, which was when the Lakers lost the Pistons, which was a weird time for me to pick the Lakers to be a fan. But Kobe Bryant was the main reason why, right?
Good reason,
and then after that, like football was the last sport I got into. That was because my mom was a Colts fan, and then I needed a team, so I just helped the bandwagon there.
Yeah,
I went from there, right? So his answer for the most part is gonna be like I copied this guy for sports.
No, not really.
Except for the Raptors.
No, not really. For me, it's the same thing. Come after school, it's the trend. 4:30. Toronto games are on, so Raptors leading to Canucks. That's why, like, obviously Canucks was like. For me, like D1, I didn't even have a backup.
But again, I would have it on, and that's why you'd be there.
Obviously, it's in the house, man. We're back again. Like, I don't even know how to turn a TV on like half the time back then. But like, obviously, then you add in the Raptors before that. Watching that, going to the Canucks, and I actually got into football more before he did. Right, I started watching it a little bit more properly.
Like I was super casual.
It was like just Super Bowl. It was just like Super Bowl, a couple playoff games here and there. But then like I would say around 2018, 2017. Started watching like more regular season games, started watching obviously more Colts games, got into that. And then that just like, that's when I realized, and playing soccer obviously like all my life almost. And I was like, okay, I want to do something with sports. Okay. And at the end of the day, I'm like, I don't know what. I'm like, I'm not good enough to be a professional athlete. Okay. I'm not going to be a coach because I'm too quiet to be a coach.
Yeah, you have to be loud, bro.
Yeah. So I'm
that's
like,
the only time I'm loud.
Then that's when,
at him.
But like that's in that like even like you said during the COVID time.
Yeah,
that's when I started watching more of these
First Take,
talk shows, right?
Yeah,
First Take. There's like
sports radios in general.
NFL Live and like obviously
great shows.
Big one being Pat McAfee show.
Okay,
as well.
Dope.
And then the local radio shows are obviously like that happened that we listened on our car rides.
Shout out Randeep Janda.
Yeah, shout out Randeep Janda.
Yeah.
And then because of that, I'm like, okay, this is a direction, right? In school, especially once high school finished and all that stuff, I was in that COVID thing, so a lot of like online stuff. So I'm like, okay, I have some time now to try to think about myself.
Yeah.
First year of uni, I took some classes. I was like, oh, chalo, my math, I'll do math. I was like genius in high school math. I fucking sucked in the first year, bro. I can't do that.
Humbling,
like, humbling for sure.
Bro, I never got so humbled in a subject.
Yo,
like I just did in
let me go on that too, bro.
Yeah.
I went to engineering right out of high school, right?
Yeah.
Dog, I did calc 12, right? 86% calc 12. I was like, yo, I'm good. Like, I know math, right?
Yeah.
Dog, I get to uni. I failed the midterm.
That's me in accounting, by the way.
Bro, I failed. Like, no, and it wasn't even like a good fail. Like, oh, you failed by like 1%. Like, I consider that an okay fail because, our classes were in BCIT, I went to BCIT. So it was like 50-50. So 50% midterm, 50% final was your whole grade. There was no assignments.
Yeah.
Right? So I failed this midterm, and I got like 35%. And I'm like sitting there, I'm like baffled. I'm like, yo, like this is fried. Like, because I had to get 85% on like the final now. Luckily I got it. But bro, I was stressed. I was like, yo, I thought I was a genius.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
you get humbled so fast.
Yeah.
And because of that, like I did not know school direction, never knew what I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
But everything just gravitated back to sports.
And then
like if I felt like shit, I watch sports. If I felt like shit, I'm like, oh, I'd probably just play soccer.
Like
I feel good.
My escape was for stuff just going around the house, personal life, school, whatever, was to go to the Newton Park and watch like the Prem games, right? Just sit there and watch. And then so like me and him, because like going back to what he said about watching the shows, like that's how our sports introduction happened. Like growing up, we were just fans. We just loved the competition. Picked our teams. Started off, except for the Canucks, maybe a little bit casual, and then more we did like fantasy sports, and it kind of like peaked up the following, like behind the scenes stuff, like the cap, free agency, and all that, right? And then me and him would always be like debating, like on the side. Like sports is at the end of the day, it's like a lot of opinion based stuff, like how people think of music, cars, movies, etc. Right? Yeah. So then we were debating on the side, and then we're like joking around, like, oh, yo, like let's do this. Like, oh, what if we are like on this first take, blah blah blah. We're doing that, right?
Yeah.
In my head, it was more of a joke as well. I think for him, maybe he started off like that, and then it's like, maybe we could do it. And then COVID happened, right? And then we started seeing like all these Twitch streamers, finding out none of them really have like degrees, and they're just getting it. Like, you don't need a sports journalism degree.
It's like,
right?
We're like, we
like
don't
numbers
have to
on the board podcast. Like those guys.
Exactly. It's like we don't have to be on the TV right away. We don't have to be on the radio right away. We could just
you can just do YouTube, bro.
You just start, make your own video, and just post it. That's all you have to do.
That's a great thing about this is like you don't need no fucking
qualifications. So we learned that, and we started talking, and then he got way more serious than I was, right? Because again, I had to, like I mentioned to you off camera, the low-key Ganage stuff, right? Before I got your pod, or even like during when I shared the story about how I got introduced to your guys' pod. Yeah. And then like one day, we're like, I started thinking, because like stuff happened, like a really close like family friend that I said that sister's married to now. Yeah. One of their like relatives passed away. Oh shit. And he was like the healthiest guy I know. So that hit my head like, yo, life's short at this point, right? Like this guy ran Ironmans, marathons. So he's a healthy guy. So it's not even like he was like a pig, like
unhealthy.
So then that came in my head, and I'm sitting at work, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this.
Yeah.
And then he was like, he saw me around the house, and I was yelling like, because I was doing CPA, right? It's like finally, not even found the motivation, just forced myself to do it. Yeah. Because like at the end of the day, if you're done accounting, you should do CPA, right? Yeah. And I failed the first one. First time. Then I'm like, after that, I'm just calling myself an idiot around the house, demotivating myself. And he's like, bro, this is the hardest shit you're doing. Like, shut up, right? Yeah. And then eventually, we're like, F it. I'm like, F it. Watch your guys' pod too. Got the motivation, and we started. And like to your point, I'm like, this is not just like for us. Yeah. Like we have bigger plans for this. Like we maybe want to make a content channel after. Yeah. Host like celebrity tournament, like the one that charity matches, or host soccer, hockey, basketball tournaments. You name it. Yeah. Be like the voice. Like be like for people that like us that want to do it.
Yeah. Like promote playing, right? Like at the end of the day, like playing is fun. Yeah. Playing is healthy and all that stuff. Like playing sports, like has so many benefits. Yeah. If you could like manage a way to balance with that and like your other stuff that you have in your life.
And then like talking sports in general, like people put it out there, like everybody has opinions. Like why not like to get two Singhs who like love sports, promote other Singhs and Punjabi guys around the world, not just Canada or Surrey. Just do it, right? So if I started from there, and now we're here.
It's good shit, man.
That's how I ended up going.
I'm happy to hear that, because again, like one thing is like I always say this too. It's like me and Parm talked about it a lot. Sorry guys, it was hot in here.
It is hot in here.
Garmi chadpi sorry Singhs. But yeah, okay, so like one thing with me and Parm always talked about, like when we first started the content thing, is like there's no Singhs really to look at, because like the ones that we had, Just Rain stopped. Now he's back, thank God. Yeah. But other than that, so like who do we really have in terms of like entertainment? Like obviously we have the Punjabi singers and stuff. But then Johnny obviously went this, his like music route, right? But like I'm talking someone that from from this to this, like laid out a groundwork for another Singh to be like Mami kar sakda, right? In terms of like okay, first of all, like how many Singhs are in podcasts?
Like, you guys and us, right? Randy, I guess.
Yeah. In general, no, I'm talking about people that have made it. Like I'm talking made it level of like Joe Rogan level. Koi nahi haga.
No, not really.
Like I'm talking in Western world, not in India. India to bathere hone whatever, right? But I'm talking in the Western like part of the world. Like where are our people that like our younger generation could look at? Yeah. Be like, oh, I could do this shit too. Even Chutney being on a billboard, bro, was like huge for a lot of us, and people don't realize that either. Because like having Singhs on a billboard is just really good look for people in our community, right?
Yeah.
Because like not even like study chadai, it's more so for the youth, man. Like a lot of the times like kids like that have jude, like they look at it and they're like, oh, like why am I different? Like can I be anything while having this on my head? Like what does a pug really mean? Like can I do this while having a pug? Like I've had conversations with kids like that. So to like do stuff like this is like it's kind of inspiring to them.
Exactly. Right? That's why like the more people that are collaborating. With
like when I was younger, I had this friend and he was like his parents like the reason why he cut his hair it was to protect him. Damn. I was like, I'm like. It's not like that threatening. It's like you don't have to cut your hair to make it or be safe or anything like that. I'm like,
you'd be surprised. Some places in the world like it is like that though, right? But like obviously, hopefully not here, right?
But every person we've brought on as a guest, the one thing, especially with Randeep and Rajesh year ago, we had these guys on from Hockey Night.
Yeah,
it's like the one notion about Punjabi community is like, oh, Rola Bop on there, gone, especially students, right? I'm not gonna go political here. I'm just saying like that's the thing. So what you guys are doing, what we're doing, what Parm's doing, what like all these guys are doing, especially locally in Surrey, it's like, oh, like we're putting now Surrey's name on top. Because, well, for you it's Abbotsford. But for us, like we want to put the notion on like Surrey, Abbotsford, wherever you are in BC, that's not the case, and this is a positive side. For example, we're gonna touch base on sports a little bit later as well, but like Archie Baines is now like on the Canucks, right? He's been up and down through Abbotsford and through Vancouver. My cousin, our cousin Jeevan Bidwal, obviously he's assigned a Whitecaps contract. Shout out brother him as well. And we got a lot of other like Beneath Beast for the boxing side of things and like.
A lot of talent.
We are getting from the athlete side of things. We're getting there, and you who loves music, like Chutney guys, Moga guys are killing it locally as well, right?
We're getting more people in the space, right? And like even like look in terms of content creators, like all of us are trying to like get that shit going too, because then obviously it's gonna inspire more people. Because I've always said it, I really just want more people to do content. It's better for everyone. People always have this misconception of like, oh, they're gonna take away my views or whatever.
Yeah,
no,
that's
man.
what we were talking with Randy about.
No, bro, it's not like that. Like the more people that start it, it's actually better. Exactly. There's enough for everyone to eat.
And plus, we're like a lot of us we're doing sports. Yeah, you guys love sports, but you guys not really strictly sports. Right?
No, I love sports.
Yeah.
Man of a Jasmine on the other hand.
You and Love Raj for sure.
Yeah, me and Love Raj love sports.
But yeah, so like that way, like even shout out Randeep, he's like the first color commentator on like the NHL. That's Punjabi. That's doing radio or commentary in general. Hunter Singh and stuff. Up in the hockey, right? Then Roop and all these guys are killing it down there. But let's pivot back to the podcast, your podcast.
Let's do it.
You already explained why you started it and how it ended up happening.
Yes, sir.
Do you agree with us that the hardest part, because I think this was our hardest part, was coming up with a name?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes and no.
Because we were struggling.
Yeah, bro. We were gonna call this shit like the Do Not Disturb podcast.
We were gonna call this like the A&J Bros, like we were some plumbing company.
Plumbing company, right? Like some A1 trucking company, right? We were like thinking like Do Not Disturb, Singhs doing things, and we're like, what the hell are we doing, man? And then like one thing me and Manor thought, we were like, we want to make the podcast name neutral. Like nothing.
Same here.
Nothing associated with anything.
Exactly.
Like I just wanted to make it so it's like a name, it's catchy, and then whatever, right? And then bro, Hours for Midnight is just funny. It's like it came up because of we usually do our pods at night before midnight.
When I heard your name, I'm like to Joven, that's like kind of perfect for us at the time because we were doing like 10 o'clock recording.
We do like 10, 11 like recording, right? And then like the thing is for us, I was listening to like the weekend, like the like after hours, so that's where the like hours came from. And then I was like looking at the time, I was like, it's almost before midnight, right? And then like that's where like I kind of just Jorta.
You said the word radar, and then we're like, oh, okay, let's just go. I actually like that, and then we started playing names like Below the Radar. SFU had a podcast under that name, like as we wanted. So that's why we ended up with this Beyond the Radar. Switched up a logo a little bit because like I think one of them was gonna be copyrighted, so we ended up doing this one right here.
It's dope. It's dope, man. It's solid. You know what it is, bro? Like the name, honestly, it matters, but it doesn't. For branding, like you can make anything work, man. Like for example, like Shits and Gigs, right? Like huge podcast, by the way. I think they're like top 10 now in the world or something, but they're fucking hilarious. And like, let's be honest, if you call Shits and Gigs as a name, if you started it, like no one ever heard of it, they'd be like, what the hell, right? But because they've done it for so long, the thing's so popular now that like it just flows. It just works, man.
And people say like for Shits and Gigs, and like that's
exactly.
But okay, two things I want to ask you before we do a quick fire with you, and then the sports stuff.
All right, let's do it.
on your podcast, you have said,
this
is time to call you out a little bit. Will we get the documentary? The Ekdeep weight loss journey documentary.
As you can tell, no, honestly, dude, I've never said this on the podcast because we agreed not to,
If you don't need to talk
about it. I'll bring it up. I'll give you guys an exclusive.
Okay.
You're the boys, right? You guys waited long enough. Honestly, dude, I feel like I haven't done enough to put out a documentary yet. That's the short answer of it. The long answer being like when we were doing the documentary and like all of it was being like recorded. I got the interviews from a bunch of people. I had my coach's testimonies and stuff like in it and stuff because like it was a huge journey, right? It was like almost a year and a half of like progression. Yeah. And then I looked at it and I was like, first of all, like I'm nowhere near my peak.
Yeah.
Right? Like even now, like I'm finally bulking again and like I'm finally getting to a point where I'm kind of happy where my strength is, where my physique is at. But even then, I'm not satisfied with it at all. I know I never will be satisfied. That's the one shitty thing about being in the gym. Like you will never feel satisfied with your body, right? Like I could look better than like whatever I did like a year ago and I'd still be like, nah, I could do better.
For context, I know you might not know it fully. I know I told you about the dog.
Yeah.
Picture me in my Fit Nation era. That's what he was referring to.
This is before and after right here.
Right. Yeah. Oh god. No, okay. I'll show you a pic. I was at the same spot in 2016, late 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
So where I was like mentally like I had a midlife crisis before the pod. I had a midlife, I guess.
Midlife. But he just has so many crises going on.
Because like there was so much stuff going on. Like he knows personal life stuff.
Of course.
And then like obviously this one random like I was coaching her team, but we had another fitness coach guy doing his thing, so I was standing on the side.
Yeah.
One random guy like was there, and then he's like, "Oh, you should join him," like randomly, right? That got me going, and it's like we're still at our old house. Like we actually have a mini home gym set up now. I'll show it to you before after the pod. But so then I shout out my boys. Pardeep, Jazz, who were no longer at Fit Nation, but were there at the time, and then Ben, aka Benepal.
Yeah.
Those guys, I called them up. I'm like, I saw their stuff around. A couple of our relatives went there as well, and I got going. I was serious for definitely a year or so, where I lost 60 pounds.
Record.
I had the record
breaker right here.
I pretty much expanded their business a little bit because I broke the record with losing inches.
Nice.
Everything I did, they were like asking me like, how'd you do this? Blah blah blah. Like food wise, and like a lot of it was like the protein was like the Ives. The vegan like hot dogs and stuff like that.
Veggie chicken nuggets.
Wives like YVS is the most goated vegan chicken options. I know. So good.
So then because of that did it. Then obviously I kind of filtered back up, and now I'm trying to go back to that journey. But essentially what you described in the pod was exactly what I was doing.
Yeah.
And then like he was the opposite. Like I was the fat guy. He was a skinny guy.
I was like underweight.
So he was like way underweight. Like he built his strength up that way. As while going through there, so shout out the guys at Fit Nation, that are running the thing. But that's what that one was.
Yeah.
But another question for you. You also mentioned that you wanted to box. Is that still a possibility?
So I actually do boxing. I did boxing for a long time. The reason I don't do it anymore is because of my injury. So I actually have an ankle injury. So I was playing ball and I landed on someone's foot like this.
Yeah.
Right. Like rolled ankle. Right. But the problem is my doctor said this to me, Siddha. He's like, unless you're trying to compete, there's really no point in even risking it. Yeah. And I agree with it too, man. Like I loved doing it. I didn't even do it for that long, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. I was not no freaking Mike Tyson, right? I was not no Mike Singh Tyson, okay, man.
You want to be a celebrity boxer? You want to be Jake Paul?
No. See, I was
or KSI or whoever.
Shit, man. No, I've always done like I did martial arts growing up too. I did taekwondo, a little bit of wrestling and stuff too, right?
Kind of like what Randy, how you shared it.
Yeah. So I did boxing for a little bit. Nothing crazy. I rolled my ankle while playing ball and it was really bad, bro. Like it was really, really bad. I go to the doctor to get checked out and he just tells me, have you ever seen that Conor McGregor Dustin Poirier fight where Dustin Conor completely snapped his ankle? Yeah. So essentially when you're backpedaling in boxing, right, you're not focused on how you're placing your feet as much. You obviously are to an extent, but like not as much as you should be when you're like, let's say you're running or something, right? I don't know. Or like, so the thing is my ankle is like, it's kind of like, could do that. Is like predisposed to doing that because it's like your wrist. If you break it once, it's more likely to break again. Yeah. Same with your ankle. You roll it once, it's more likely to roll again. It's never gonna be the same. Yeah. It can get to like 95, 90 whatever percent, like to what it was before, but it won't be 100, right? Yeah. So the guy just told me, said that he's like, bro, unless you're trying to compete, like Quickfire that kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So I stopped doing that and I shifted completely to bodybuilding because at the time, when I was doing the boxing stuff, I was 140 pounds, like 9% body weight, like fat. Like I was just like ripped. Like I was just super shredded. And like at that point, like even that point was unhealthy, bro. I'd get like chakra and shit.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, what the fuck am I doing?
That's like way too low.
It's way too low for especially for my height, right? Because I'm not short either. Like I'm like not tall, but I'm not short. Like I'm like right there. And for 140 pounds of my height is like actually ridiculous.
Yeah. Wait. So before we get into the basketball talk, I know you're waiting for that. You're itching. We're gonna get you a little bit more. So we're gonna ask you some rapid fire questions. You can just rip them off.
Honestly, the real reason why people come here is they want to talk sports.
Yeah. Platform for it now.
No. I'm enjoying this conversation.
Yeah, no.
You guys did your research. No one's ever asked me about the doc actually outside of that. The doc's funny. Yeah. Also, shout out Sigma. He's actually the one who told me to not finish it until like later.
Okay. You got the quickfire?
Love you,
Quickfire. Well, my phone's over.
Okay, hold up.
Don't worry.
Well, we'll start off with this one. You're gym banda.
The Soji.
5 favorite exercises that you're gonna like. If you were to do a full body workout, these are the 5 exercises you're gonna
full body.
Yeah.
Okay. Military press, overhead military press.
Yeah.
Incline Smith machine chest press. Deadlifts, squats. And it's the cables for flies and tries. Because that count?
Yeah.
Or can I? Or does it only have to be one workout? Oh, fuck it, it counts.
Yeah, whatever. It counts. It counts.
Counts.
Right.
How much do you hate leg day?
How much do I hate leg day? Fuck, bro. Not as much as I used to. I do it pretty consistent now.
If there's anything I miss, it is leg day.
Yeah, I know. I missed leg day I think a couple weeks ago, and I was like, my coach fucking he shot me.
I personally don't do like the specific days when I did Fit Nation. It was like a more of a whole body thing. But I hated lunges. That's the one.
Bro. Try Bulgarian split squats, bro.
That too.
Same
bro,
thing.
that shit is
hated it. I didn't mind squats, but I hated those.
Well, I just don't like the weight on my back when I do the barbell squats. That's like the biggest thing.
It's risky after a while too. If you want to go past a certain weight, like anytime I go above 2 plates, I have to use a belt and get a spot. I don't care, even if I can do it like proper.
Yeah, like even in the head, right? Like,
yeah.
It's just like, yo, I knew get up, and I get scared. And then when you have the little wobble at the bottom, like you know you're gonna get up.
Yeah, but it's
so scary.
It is, yeah, because a lot of injuries like happen on that thing too, right? Yeah.
But we're gonna start off with favorite content creators.
All time or Surrey?
We'll go all time, yeah.
All time? Okay.
I feel like there's one obvious answer.
We got Just Rain.
Yeah.
We got AK, Just Rain. Superwoman pre 2017, 2016 actually.
I mean, those were the 3 OGs, right?
3 OGs for brown content creators. If you're talking about everyone else though, now this is where it's gonna get fun. T Martin back in the day for Call of Duty, for y'all that know, GOAT, right?
Okay.
Sidemen, all the sidemen, every single one of them, love them, bro. Till this day, I still watch here and there whenever I'm bored, right? But great content creators there. Freaking what's his name? Yo, Markiplier. Markiplier for an extent was really good. There's that one guy that does news.
Keemstar?
Not Keemstar. It was Philip DeFranco. Philip DeFranco was great. I love Philip DeFranco. And then there's one other guy. Linus Tech Tips.
Okay.
Linus Tech Tips was sick too. I love I'm a big tech geek. I love tech. So I would watch so many freaking reviews on tech. Unbox Therapy was great too.
Piggyback off of that, creators you looked up to as well.
Creators I looked up to, all of them to be honest. Yeah, because a lot of my content now is really inspired from in terms of if you're for podcast specific, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I take inspiration from so many different places and so many different podcasts. So yeah, like just I'd say everyone I watch is an inspiration to an extent, right?
Favorite sports?
Basketball, bro. I love basketball.
Playing and watching?
I love playing and watching basketball. Boxing. You know what's funny? I don't watch as much boxing as I did boxing, which is like funny. I don't.
Boxing and UFC were the sports we got into more so COVID. Boxing was definitely after the KSI Logan Paul. Like, After that, that's when I got into boxing. The Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury one fight got me into it, which got him into it as well. UFC was definitely after COVID. Mayweather and McGregor boxing, but then like Khabib and McGregor. Yeah. UFC after that, it was kind of like it was a Gaethje versus Ferguson is when we officially got because UFC.
Yeah, because that was the only thing on in COVID. Yeah.
So then we got into it because of that.
It was good though during COVID. It was entertaining, bro. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul next week. Crazy. Like here's the thing. I
have a take.
I have a take too. I don't like it.
Same.
I don't like it because why are you trying to fight a 60-year-old man? But like
they're making it look the way some people are promoting it is WWE-esque.
But
like WWE is like, oh yeah, I beat Hulk or Ric Flair. Ric Flair's like 70.
Yeah, it's
like it's scripted to beat him that way. Yeah. I think like everybody thinks that Mike Tyson's gonna win. I think Mike is only gonna win if he catches him early.
I think
that's it.
If Mike wins, that at that point Jake needs to hang up the gloves and never go back.
But
to boxing.
otherwise, I think Jake's winning. I don't like.
But
Jake
you know what? It's a lose-lose situation for Jake Paul because if he wins, like, why are you beating up a 60-year-old man? If you lose, you lost to a 60-year-old man. Exactly. Like, there's no winning. There's like actually no winning.
At the end, he should win. He has the speed. He has the conditioning. All that stuff.
But I'm looking for the co-main for that one. Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor.
That would be good.
First fight was insane.
The fact they got that as an undercard is insane.
It's co-main, I guess.
I mean, undercard technically, it's not that main, right? Exactly. They can call it co-main, but let's be honest. Anytime Mike Tyson's on a card, it's gonna.
Otherwise, I'm not a huge fan. I do follow the Misfits boxing stuff though.
Yeah,
Gibbs Slim and all that stuff. I do. But yeah, that one, like, I'll tune in just for the sake of tuning in.
Yeah,
but
their fights are good though, man. One thing I like about Misfits is like the fights. They give you fights you actually.
I know
see.
you don't watch unless it's like a name that you care. Like you'll probably watch the Gibbs Slim fight because you know. Yeah. But like I actually tune into all the fights.
Anthony Taylor
because I have the zone, so it helps for me to like skip through it. If
Anthony Taylor like fighting, I think what's that one guy's name? Fuck, I forgot the guy's name. I fought like a little while ago. Forgot the guy's name.
He fought Silva's son recently, but Gabe Silva.
Yeah, that's what it was. Fucking, I don't even know. Anyways, but yeah, that's kind of like I'd say, basketball, boxing. Dude, I like soccer because I played soccer as a kid. Yeah. And then one thing I've been recently trying to get into, hockey. Yeah. One thing I've been recently trying to get into is hockey, and another one, bro, I really want to get into football, but I don't know what the fuck football is.
It's hard, bro.
I don't understand.
Okay,
bro. I don't understand what's going on.
I know this is supposed to be a quick fire, but I'll explain football here.
It's very.
The two sports.
It took us a long time.
Two sports I want to talk to people about. And I mentioned baseball, and you had the reaction. Oh, really? Right?
Yeah.
Baseball. I agree that it's a long season, 162 games, 100%.
Yeah.
But they changed the rules now. Like, me and him love baseball because we're big Jays fan and they were good recently.
Yeah.
To the point where like we will sit through a 4-hour game as background noise, but not like almost every game, right? But like now they added like the pitch clock rules that makes the game go way faster. So you don't see the bullshit where the pitcher starts and steps off or the batter is ready to go. Right? It's like the game can go in pretty much 2 hours.
It's quicker.
But even if it was like the old rules, like the timing didn't matter. Yeah. The switch from regular season to
playoffs is probably the biggest jump.
It's the biggest jump you'll ever see in the atmosphere. We've been to Vancouver Canadians games. It's a vibe just to being there. Yes, we're big baseball fans too, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you see, because especially with 162 games, they're going to be boring. You see the playoff thing, like every sport, there's pressure, right? Yeah. But like if you're a pitcher and you mess up a pitch, like the Yankees in the World Series, the best way I put it, they had probably the greatest collapse of all time defensively.
It's because like when you look at baseball compared to other sports, there is no time limit. You have to get 27 outs for the game to be done. So basically, say
unless it's a tie game,
obviously. But
so it's more mental then.
It's a lot of so like mentally.
Your team is up 5 runs, but you need 1 more out. There's a high chance. There's always a chance that the other team could get
that's what happened
5 runs in that 1 out, and before you could get the last final out.
And then especially if you're home in game 1 of when LA Dodgers, Freddie Freeman, shout out Canadian. Well, he's born in America, but he represents Canada. Okay. This guy, first of all, personal life, he's going through a lot because his son was really, really sick and all that, right? This guy, bases loaded, like the Yankees were up 3-2, bases loaded, bottom of the 10th, meaning it's a last out.
Okay.
He didn't even need to hit a home run. Guy hits the grand slam. And it's in LA. So the eruption, like you see in the Canucks eruptions, it's like that times even more because like you're waiting for that moment and it's like bang, like it's the mental side of things, like it's insane, like the hype level when it gets to the playoffs. That's my promotion of baseball. You could, whoever's watching this or you could decide on what you want. But
for me, football is basically
football, every game's hype because every game
is like because every game matters, right? Because 17 games is one game's the difference between you making a playoffs and not, and in the playoffs, obviously
that's the same for every sport, to be fair.
Single elimination.
Football matters more.
It's short season. Like at the end of the day, if you want to make the playoffs, you're gonna have to get 10 wins.
Yeah,
it's just simple as that.
Yeah,
and then if you're looking at like understanding it wise, just
it's the
basic.
To understand.
The basic one I'll tell you is a quarterback, running back, wide receiver.
I know the positions, bro. Yeah. It's just every time I watch the freaking game, like I've tried watching like a Chiefs game and shit.
Yeah.
And like I just be looking at these guys, I'm like, yo, ek paase itho naande ve duje paase udhar chal jande, and then like I get like the basic, like, okay, touchdown each side get you points and shit, but like the point differential makes no sense to me. Like one person's up by 20, next person's up like 30.
Yeah. So like I said, those two sports are the two sports you could get the biggest comebacks. And like if in the hockey game, if you're down 4-0 going to the third period, chances are it's over. Yeah. Basketball, if you're going to the fourth quarter, yes, you've seen it a lot happen recently. But if you're down like 20 points, but the thing is, usually baseball, like he put it perfectly. like literally bases loaded, you could hit one home run, you're within one. Football, yes, if you're down by like 30, you're probably done. But like
if you get hot, you get hot.
You get hot, right? But like football is the hardest sport to explain because even my cousin from India who's here now, he's like, I'm trying to explain it to him. I'm like, this is the best way. I need a whole like school lesson for you. That's the best way I could do it because there's a lot of like small things. There's like there's like offense, there's defense. Like even from a player's perspective, you have to learn like each route. Like you need to know even if you're not getting the ball.
Oh, wow.
Like you need to know where to run so you could make space for the other guy.
The timing is like the anticipation of that sport is actually insane because especially when you're on the offense because like the defense is reacting to you, right? So like that's different. But like say you're the quarterback, you expect me to say run a slant route, like a cross route, and you expect him to go deep.
Okay.
Right? Say opposite happens. Say I run the deep and he runs a slant. That's gonna throw you off so much, and you
might throw an interception.
Okay.
So the best way to put it is baseball mental aspect is like definitely harder.
Yeah.
Because like you can mess up a pitch, you can mess up a catch, right? Football is like actually learning the sport, like and then even like a team, like you get traded mid-season, right? That guy's not gonna know the playbook within a day. Like it's gonna take a little bit of time to get used to.
But that's why
that's the best way.
That's why NFL in-season trade.
I think what will get you into it is if you do casually get into it, it's probably fantasy football. That's the best way. That will help.
And
a lot.
if you want to look at offense, it's basically just like how much of it is. It's just like okay, you have your O-line.
Yeah.
You need that protection for your quarterback to have enough time to throw.
He's like looking at two sports nerds talking.
No. I'm interested because the thing is, I've been trying to get into football just because like I'm like yo, it's a big sport, right?
Yeah.
But like the thing is for me, I always like because I'm gonna be honest, yo. I'm so busy as it is when it comes to like everything else. I feel like if I got into football, I'd do it in injustice because I wouldn't watch all the games either. Yeah. So for me, like the games I do watch,
that's the one thing.
It helps.
The thing with football that helps us is like it's usually on Sundays.
Right?
So if you want a day to chill and watch football, that's like.
But the thing is, Sundays you have ball games too, right?
That's
basketball, like a hockey.
But they're usually less,
yeah. For me, it's like
because they know Sunday's NFL day.
For me, I've been getting more into hockey now, like a little bit
in the playoffs.
Not even that, bro. It's just like all my cousins and everyone that always used to watch hockey growing up, and even
it's the only Vancouver team, right?
Exactly, only Vancouver team, and also the one thing is it gives me an excuse to actually go hang out with them, and like actually know what the fuck they're talking about. Because at one point I was like, I have no idea what y'all are talking about.
Bro, we should like the people that are at the Halloween party or whatever, general, just do like a Super Bowl thing, and then me, him, Love Rod should explain a lot of stuff.
Yo, honestly, you guys could have, man. But
let's move on. Let's get to the next couple.
I'm sorry, I have to fuel up for my game. That's why I'm eating this Quickfire right now.
No, Mammy, bro, I'm Denali, bro.
I gotta actually play good, you know. I'm actually getting minutes now. That's the biggest thing. Well, let's go with obviously favorite teams, the Raptors.
So. Raptors is my favorite team and then Canucks for hockey, and then I would say for soccer depends, man. I don't know. I really don't have like a favorite team.
Yeah, that's fine.
There are a lot of teams there. Yeah. Favorite athletes.
Ooh, DeMar DeRozan. Because grew up watching the Raptors with DeMar. So
you're a Drake fan. What did you think he had to say about the jersey thing?
Dude, DeMar's done a lot for Toronto, man. Like it's mad disrespectful and petty on Drake's part to say some shit.
Especially on Vince night.
On Vince night too. Like you could have done it any other night.
Were you a fan of Vince getting his jersey retired before Kyle?
No.
Okay.
No.
I am in the similar boat.
I'm not because Kyle never wanted out.
What do you think?
That's true.
Kyle wanted out when DeMar got traded initially. He didn't ask for it, but you could tell the sentiment. But then when he realized, like this is a championship opportunity, he took it. Yeah. And then he stayed another couple seasons afterwards to help the developing core. Bro, I love Vince. Don't get me wrong. Dunk contest, 2001 dunk contest is crazy too, right?
Vince's thing is that like at least he owned up to his mistake and was
and
so I have a lot of respect.
But there's
for that.
But there's also this, right? At the end of the day, like if Vince Carter wasn't a Raptor, Kyle Lowry wouldn't ever be in Toronto.
Well,
yes.
Toronto might not exist, right?
Exactly.
Let's flip it. Let's say Vince was a Grizzly.
Yeah, maybe then also
it might have been flipped. Right?
It might have been flipped. My thing is, I think Vince should get his jersey retired. That's not what I'm saying. I just think that Kyle should have been first because honestly, like I think he's the greatest Raptor of all time.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, what were your rankings?
Me, I was like Kyle and Vince.
DeMar Kawhi?
Kawhi, DeMar. I don't even remember it.
I think it goes Kawhi, DeMar. I personally would say that just because of the championship.
And then Siakam, right?
Yeah, and then Siakam, yeah.
Siakam and Bosch, you could argue.
Bosch was here for a little bit, but I think Siakam did more than Bosch.
But you also got to look at like at the end of the day, you could do a lot for it, but if the guy just that much more talented.
Okay. What do you think Bosch is more talented than Siakam though?
I think Bosch is a better player than Siakam.
But like Siakam's still in his prime though, so we can't even.
To be fair to Bosch, he did get blood clots later.
Yeah, he did. That's what I'm saying.
Like his career got shortened, but like at the end of the day, like I would personally, even though I love Siakam, and I still put him at 5. I agree with that. Yeah. But I would rather have a prime Bosch over a prime Siakam.
Because prime Bosch was supposed to be the guy.
he was supposed to, but he
Yeah.
never panned out. Even before the blood clot issue,
Yeah, but
he wasn't.
here's the thing. I think
Because even with the Miami team, that they were trying to
he
get
was the third guy.
He was
They were
no,
trying
not
to
even.
get Carmelo,
They were trying to get Carmelo over him, and they
I think
settled
for them that
Bosh.
worked out because Bosh was a better fit. But
Bosh was a better fit.
But here's
though.
the thing with Bosh. I think his time with the Raptors is not the same as Siakam's time with the Raptors because Siakam Raptors had a good front office with Masai. You ended up giving him Nick Nurse, who he flourished under with the help of like having a guy like Kawhi Leonard on the team as well.
No, he became
Whereas Bosh was the guy. Siakam worked to be the guy eventually for Toronto.
Bosh didn't have help. At the end of the day, Bosh did not have help.
No, Bosh didn't have help. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. If you want to go straight talent to talent, like if both of them are in their prime, no injury, then obviously Bosh.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. 1 second. I have one more question before here. I know it's supposed to be rapid fire, but the sports talk is kicking in. Does Kawhi Leonard get his jersey retired? In your opinion? I want to see. This is where I talk. I have my neutral opinion, and I want you Raptors fans talk.
Honestly, I think just keep this to sports talk right now.
I think he does. For the sole fact, he was the main reason why we got our first ever championship in Toronto.
You?
I agree.
So you're saying he should be retired?
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm saying no. Because from a neutral perspective, if
you're
you
a
look
Lakers fan, I don't care what you think.
Lakers fan, right?
But okay, that's the point of me. I'm mediating this. So for
me and Jobin are agreeing.
Agree.
You're the only one that disagree.
No, the reason. Okay, first of all, I thought you did disagree slightly.
Huh? I'm always going back and forth, but at the moment,
Okay, so
the biggest moment in our history is because of Kawhi
Okay,
Leonard.
but here's the thing. The reason I would have said yes if the next year did not happen. The next year, kind of like if the bubble wasn't a thing, that Raptor team was one of the like outside of if I'm not including any Laker team, those two Raptor teams, the one with Kawhi and the one year after Kawhi, were one of my two of my favorite teams to ever.
You know
have
the
it.
problem with
the other thing. Sorry, one thing. The other thing is like if there was a Ring of Honor, I think it should have been a Ring of Honor. Right, the Canucks have like a Ring of Honor. I think that way. I get that he got your only championship, but the notion that trust me, outside of Kobe Bryant, Kawhi Leonard's probably my second favorite player of all time. I have is like I don't have a Clippers shirt, but I have like the All Star shirt. Right?
Dope.
And I love Kawhi Leonard. But what I'm saying is like the notion. I'm not saying if it gets retired, it gets retired. I think if they wanted to retire it, they would have not be giving. I know Vince ended up people kept wearing 15 after for a bit. They would have definitely not done that for now. With like Jonathan, whoever's wearing number 2, I think Jonathan Mobile, whoever in between. Yeah. But my point is like you kind of discrediting what the other Raptors did in that championship because everybody. I'm not saying you guys, but I think a lot of people are saying, "Oh, that Kawhi did everything for the Raptors."
Okay, I mean he didn't do everything, but
here's the point.
But he's the main contributor. Like for example, the Philadelphia series. Yeah. That shot didn't go in, we lose. I think we lose in overtime.
It's not even that shot. The whole Kawhi Leonard has one of the best playoff runs ever in NBA history.
He was injured that whole fucking playoffs too, bro.
Genuinely,
he was injured too.
The amount of I think he has the third most points in a playoff run in NBA history.
Yeah, he does.
It was legit. Like, don't get me wrong. There was a great supporting cast. Lowry did his thing. The best part of that, the best part of that run was that like you never know who your second option was at night, and that was great because one night Lowry pops up, the next night Siakam pops up,
Fred VanVleet, but here's the thing. You know what's fucking scary? People don't even remember. Anunoby was hurt.
Yeah.
If we had Anunoby on defense with Kawhi Leonard, bro.
See that? I'm playing devil's advocate because I could care less. Like if he gets retired or not. Like I think he should be honored in some type of way. I would personally have like a Ring of Honor and he would be the first guy, like how the Canucks did with like Burrows and all these guys. And I think you agreed with that part at least.
I did, but now I'm disagreeing. I've been back and forth on this.
But for me, I think longevity matters in it.
Longevity does matter, but let me hit you with a counterpoint, right?
Sure.
The reason why Kawhi Leonard deserves
the rest of the topics there.
The reason
let's just get into
sports. The reason Kawhi Leonard's jersey deserves to be retired isn't just because of the simple fact he won us a championship. It's because of the fashion of how he did it too. Let me explain. We lost to freaking LeBronto prior, and you guys could argue, LeBron went to the Lakers, we would have had a chance.
I completely disagree with Stephen A. Smith and DeMar DeRozan on that. Like,
let's be completely honest, we wouldn't have.
The way Milwaukee ended up being that year.
Milwaukee and 76ers were strong, bro.
Like that
was a strong team.
That was a nice team.
That was a 7-game series, and I honestly
believe
that
was a nice team.
Yeah, and I honestly believe if we went to OT in that game, Jimmy Butler would have popped off, and we would have probably lost.
Yeah.
Realistically, I'm gonna be honest.
Again, for me, overtime's still 50-50.
It is, but I think also another big part of it too is like it's almost like we were hanging on by a fucking thread.
Yeah.
Right, and like Kawhi saved us. Right.
Yeah.
The reason, like first ever championship in the city of Toronto for a basketball, right? Ever. Right, it might be
and the first championship in the city of Toronto
in general, long time, right?
TFC had one.
Yeah,
I don't care about them.
Yeah, no one cares.
Shout out Peter Glendo.
Yeah, love you, but not love you. At the same time. Anyways, but it's just, bro, the fact that he won us a championship, played injured, Also, when he came in, he never complained. He didn't say, I don't want to be here. He fucking came. He did his job and left. Like, you can't ask much more from a superstar. Like, and like, even look at the Clippers right now. The Clippers are fucked.
Yeah.
For the last 5 years, 6 years that they've had Kawhi, nothing. Yeah. I think they've been a second round exit at best.
Honestly, you should have stayed at this rate. We're just justifying.
I think if Kawhi stayed,
I thought Kawhi should have stayed.
I'm telling you right now, if Kawhi stayed, we're going back to back.
Yeah, 100%. Because you know,
I know your team was in the finals that year, and I know it would have been a Laker Raptor final that year.
Yeah.
And your Laker team
you
was
got clapped. You guys would have clapped.
Good.
No, we would have.
Yeah, you would have.
Kawhi Leonard was still a thing.
Huh? It's not, bro. LeBron was a thing. LeBron was a thing when we had DeMar. DeMar was the igniter for LeBron.
This is the one thing, bro. Like, I love having you here because we've been.
This is the first I'm getting tag team.
We are.
Yeah, you're getting freaking pile driver.
Okay, no, the Kawhi jersey thing. That's just me playing devil's advocate. The Lakers side of thing, that Laker team. Shout out this guy right here too. Like, this guy was a monster that year.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis, like LeBron was insane. That Laker team was built similar.
You don't understand the big man stopper.
Yeah.
Marc Gasol. Right.
Gasol was not only the best facilitating big man probably at that time. At the time, Jokic took it now. Let's be straight. But at the time, he was so good defensively and position wise. Kawhi would have stopped LeBron or limited LeBron. Slow down, not stopped. Let's be honest. Slowed. Anunoby would have probably taken on freaking I don't know, either Caruso or freaking what's the guy's name?
Who's your third? Like, who was your third option?
We didn't have it. I was like similar to you guys.
You guys had what was the guy's name that's on the Wizards now? The guy was on your team.
Kuzma.
So Kuzma would have gotten locked up by Anunoby.
Probably.
Powell and Lowry and Van Fleet would have just been shifting around, hitting threes on y'all. And then what are y'all gonna do?
Well, Powell has been an up and down guy.
No, Powell that year was good. Powell that year was good.
LeBron, and if it was in the bubble especially.
That's what I'm saying. It's the bubble.
But LeBron and AD were on a mission in that bubble.
They were on a mission.
We had Siakam. If we had
Siakam was terrible in the bubble.
Yeah, he was. But
he was the number one option.
He's the number one option.
Yeah, okay.
You don't have the number one. And Kawhi Leonard was actually insane in the bubble.
Yeah.
I know
except for the game 7.
I know except for the game 7 when the Nuggets when they blew that 3-1, and a lot of people blame Kawhi, which is fair because it was his team.
Yeah.
But you can't fully fault Kawhi because the first 6 games, this guy showed up in every single game.
That Clippers team, I will tell you straight up, even without Kawhi, was nothing compared to the Toronto team. If you took off Kawhi off the Clippers team and had Raptors versus Clippers, the Raptors are beating them 4 times out of 4.
Especially that year.
That year.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Like, the thing with, I mean, again,
we lost.
This is why sports is a thing, right? Because it's going to be a hypothetical. I'm going to ride with my squad. Because that Laker team, even you admit, was like insane.
Can we all agree on something?
Sure.
Fuck the Celtics. All right?
Yes.
I hate the freaking Celtics.
You're a Laker fan.
I hate the Celtics because, Marcus Smart, bro, the king of the North, fucking tweet that motherfucker sent out after you won in the bubble. Fuck you. Genuinely, I hope you...
Like, here's the thing. I hate the 76ers team more.
Really? Why?
No. I hate the Celtics. Get me wrong.
Okay.
I was a fan of Jason Tatum. And I'm a fan of not Jaylen Brown, but like someone. I was a fan of Jason Tatum as he's playing. That's why. Like, I like some of their players. Like, I love Drew Holiday. Like, right now.
Drew Holiday is one of my favorite players.
Yeah, Drew Holiday is like, I think once they got him, I'm like, we're done.
Yeah,
like,
we're done.
Like, everybody's done. Like, I still kind of gave hope for Milwaukee. But
Milwaukee's done, bro. Milwaukee's
done. Like, that team, like when like I'm like Joven, I want Drew Holiday so bad on my team. Because, like, if we had Drew Holiday last year, oh my God. Like,
if you guys kept Caruso too, you guys fucked up
with
on that.
With the Lakers, like, the front office, I don't know why they wanted to change so much, right? Because, like,
it's LA, man.
Yeah. You went after Russell Westbrook. I called it before. I'm like,
it's the worst trade. It's the worst trade. You guys gave so many picks, everything.
We gave away KCP, who did really good with the Nuggets.
It didn't even help when you got Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
That's when AD started going downhill on his 3-point shooting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. At the end, like, he hasn't been the same.
But Westbrook, but Westbrook's been doing great.
But you know what's scary though?
Great.
You know what I'm scared of? The Celtics might go back to back.
I think they
at least they'll represent the East for now.
I'm gonna be honest. I think the Cavs are a sleeper.
They're a sleeper, but like when it comes to like I know they're undefeated as we're recording this podcast, but like at the end of the day, when you look at the champions,
playoffs and shit, I get it. There's no team in the East right now besides even the Knicks are struggling because I think they did too much by getting.
Here's the thing. The Knicks, when we talked about it, I said the Knicks will struggle during the regular season, but they'll be fine.
They just gotta figure it out.
They have to figure it out. I just don't think Karl Anthony Towns was a good idea. I don't think so.
Right now, our picks are very stupid because he had Milwaukee going to the final. I had Philly going to the final.
Dame and how do you explain Milwaukee when you had the reason last year they were garbage? Dame was garbage.
No, but bro, their whole team is garbage besides Giannis.
Exactly.
They have no supporting cast.
Dame this year,
but like Dame is popping.
I'm talking like besides Giannis and Dame.
Yeah.
Who else do they have?
That's the point now.
That's the point now. That's the point.
For me, I went Sixers.
Like they're both popping off and they're losing this much.
Bro, they have Gary Trent doing fuck all.
Yeah,
that guy's running. That guy's doing
coaching more.
I blame the coaching.
I do too. Yeah.
Because like that team, if Nick Nurse had that team, they would be way better than they are. Like. For me, like I went with Philly because before all these injuries, because I feel like this is their most talented roster.
Dude, Philly's doing jack shit.
Yeah, I know exactly.
They're pulling us on.
We beat them yesterday, but that's because of the injuries. Like I love Tyrese Maxey.
Tyrese Maxey's great.
Yeah, like but they're all injured now, right? And I'm like, if they're healthy, like I'm fine with them. Okay, I'm not fine with them saying he's gonna sit.
I hate that guy, man.
I'm not listen. I do not like Embiid. I'm not a fan of Embiid. His play style. I have to respect the fact that he's still a good basketball player. When he's playing. I just hate the antics. But I'll tell you this much: watching him live in Vegas was the same thing you watch on TV. You get frustrated.
Oh yeah,
he fouled out in an exhibition somehow. But
how do you do that,
bro? He's complaining for foul calls in exhibition. That's even more embarrassing in my opinion.
My point is like this is the most talented Philly roster since that 2019 team.
It is, but the problem with it, bro, is just the fact that everyone's just fucking injured.
That's
it's worse than the Suns. Like last year, the Suns this year are doing great.
Yeah, they actually have a point guard.
Oh no, yeah, Tyus Jones is fucking amazing for them. But not even just that. It's just like their center positions like way better, like rounded now with Mason Plumlee as well as a backup center.
They have good rotation there. Yeah.
Fuck, dude, New York should not let freaking Hartenstein go. That was a bad mistake.
So okay, let's talk. Okay, talk about it that way. Okay, let's go back to the Raptors. Let's finish.
Yeah, my bad. I could go everywhere.
Let's finish it's the same here. Let's finish up on the Raptors.
We got
we got a third
local BTR basketball analyst right here.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm biggest basketball fan. You can ask me everything.
2 questions to start off with to finish off the Raptors, and then we'll talk rest of the day, I want to talk OKC.
This is basically turned our NBA overreactions for first month.
Pretty much. This is first take with
replace him and Pradeep. Essentially, that was that.
Yeah,
first take with Ekdeep.
Because we're planning on doing an NBA overreactions the first month. We do the same to our NHL.
We might bring you on for that.
Don't do it, man. I'll just talk shit. Bro, I'm telling you, basketball's my shit, bro. I will literally say here.
But okay, I'm gonna ask you this.
Yeah, hit it.
If Vancouver has got a basketball team, are you jumping ship? I asked this question even for myself.
Fuck, man, it's a really bad question to ask me because I'm so in the middle. I've had this question asked before.
Because especially with the Vancouver-Toronto rivalry and other things, bro, especially in hockey.
If I'm supporting the Canucks but then not supporting a Vancouver basketball team, it almost feels wrong. It makes no sense. But at the same time, bro, let me paint a picture for you, right? 2019, grad year for me, right?
Yeah.
I'm at my prom watching them win the finals.
I wanted to ask you that next. Like, what were you doing?
I was at prom, bro. Like, I was fully at prom at like the fucking.
This guy maybe not taking the practice. He kept
No, bro. So we had this shit on our phones. I was like, yo, maybe chill at prom and watch the game. What the fuck? I'll do both, right?
Yeah.
We're watching this shit, bro. When they won, it was like the best feeling. Like, I can't describe the feeling I had when they won. I almost felt like, damn, like. We actually did it, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like as much as I would want to support a Vancouver team if they were here, I would still go to the games. I would still support them. But if it ever came down to Toronto versus Vancouver, y'all are going to hate me. I would probably pick Toronto.
Okay. We'll word it this way, right? And this is how
Jovan has a perfect word.
This is how I'm going to word it, right?
Yeah.
I hate Toronto.
Yeah.
I hate Toronto.
Yeah.
Right? When it comes to sports and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's Raptors and whatever it is, Vancouver team. Let's just say it's Grizzlies, right? It's Raptors and Grizzlies. It's not the Toronto. It's not the Toronto. It's not the Vancouver.
It's just a team,
right?
Yeah.
It's just Raptors.
Yeah,
and I don't care about the city associated.
I don't either.
Right? It could be in freaking Manitoba with Raptors.
Ohio.
It could be in Ohio. It could be in freaking
Pennsylvania.
Like
right?
Fucking, it could be in
the best case scenario is if they relocate, which is never going to happen to Vancouver.
But here's the thing. That's the thing. Like because of the championship, because now they actually have history as a franchise.
Yeah.
You can't really jump ship.
You can't, but I would still like. Okay, bro. Let's keep it a buck. If Vancouver goes to the playoffs, you bet your fucking ass will support Vancouver when they're not versing the Raptors.
100%.
When they're versing the Raptors, I'm sorry, dude. I'm a Raptors fan.
My take is like,
what do you want me to do?
I am a Laker fan.
Yeah.
I will be a Laker fan, but I will still support Vancouver that way as well.
Yeah, you have to because it's your home city, right?
Yeah, that's the end.
Like at the end of the day, if they're both in the playoffs, like obviously I would want. Best case scenario, like they're both. Let's say it's like an Edmonton versus Canucks thing. We're a Canadian team to be in the finals anyway.
Yeah.
But obviously you support Vancouver because you're from here. With like the Raptors in Vancouver, I'd be like this. I'd be like, yo, whoever wins, I obviously gonna be upset if Vancouver wins over Toronto. But if Toronto loses, at least we're still having our own team go to them. Like, so it's like a win lose kind of, but like I don't know.
It depends, because people are gonna be like, oh, well, it's still Toronto and Vancouver. Like, our family hates Toronto. Like, they hate the Raptors because Toronto.
Really?
They hate the Blue Jays. They don't even care about baseball because it's Toronto.
Wow.
They just that's what it is.
Toronto does have that rep though.
Yeah, because there's a lot of bias.
It's like they talk too much shit, but they haven't done shit.
Yeah.
It's the Maple Leafs fan at the end of the day. That's just how they are.
Okay. A team, because we do have to close it out soon here, but a couple of teams I did want to talk about. The main one you alluded to it with Hartenstein.
Yeah, OKC.
We have both OKC going to the final.
I would agree.
The way they have started is insane.
Yeah.
But I do have Suns, like, kind of like the way they're looking.
I think Suns OKC in Western Conference Finals pretty like doable. Yeah. I think that's pretty like plausible. I do think that the Nuggets right now with Westbrook's just been unlocked, man. That guy's just tearing them on. Like, they started off slow. I thought they were gonna have like a Milwaukee-esque start almost. Yeah. They picked up right away, right afterwards. Even like Sacramento, bro. I thought they were gonna be better than they actually are.
I thought they were gonna be okay.
I thought they were better than what they are right now. Yeah. Even them losing to the Raptors like a week ago, like that the first game they played in the Raptors. Like, okay, Grady Dick's a fucking beast, right? Fucking beast, right? But dude, like the fact they lost and DeRozan was cooking fourth quarter. I'm surprised DeRozan chose to go to the Sacramento Kings over like your Lakers or even over a different team.
That's the issue with Sacramento, because they only show up in the fourth quarter. And there's only two. There's two big issues with that.
Bro,
there are two biggest issues with that. One is obviously you're not playing the full 48.
Yeah.
And number two, because you're in so many come from behind situations, you have to tax your starter minutes much more, and you can't really put your bench on because you're obviously trying to win games.
As underrated Sabonis is, you don't have a number one guy. Like this year from like my Lakers,
Sabonis is great,
Anthony Davis is playing like he's the number one option.
Oh yeah,
and he's arguably MVP at this early point of the season. In my opinion, yes. I'm not even going biased.
Okay, he's in the conversation.
He's in the conversation.
I would say
Tatum's in the conversation.
I would say KD.
True.
I'd say
that's
KD.
fine. Like, they're in the conversation. Like
36-year-old putting up those stats is ridiculous, bro.
Tatum,
I mean, Jokic is still going to be in there, SGA. But
SGA's numbers.
But yeah, like the Sacramento Kings are just going to be that team, like
filler team.
Right?
Second round.
But like the way, like we made a video on OKC being like, watch them win a championship the next couple of years, and it might just happen in the first year.
Caruso and Hartenstein were so underrated as pickups.
You know what's funny? You want to hear the funny thing?
Yeah.
Sixers are struggling.
Yeah.
Clippers are struggling.
Yeah.
They have their picks.
I know.
Cooper Flag and Ace Bailey potentially could be on the Thunder.
If Ace Bailey goes to the Thunder, it's game over. Dude, Sam Presti's a fucking genius, bro.
Or you can package some of these guys, right? And then get you someone better.
He did like an NBA 2K rebuild.
He did what
we do in video games. He did that shit in real life.
He did Danny Ainge, essentially.
Yeah, Danny Ainge did. Yeah. I think right now the only thing OKC is still lacking.
I hate Brooklyn for the Celtics, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I think the only thing OKC is lacking in general, right? I think they still need
a second,
a spark plug off the bench.
They need a six-man, like a better six-man. I think
like an offensive power.
Dude, you know what's... This is going to sound like a little bit of like a reach. I think if OKC could trade for even like a Grayson Allen...
Not gonna happen.
If it could,
he's in Phoenix.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. If they could,
I'm the only guy that's realistic at the top of my head right now is Jordan Clarkson
for sure. Maybe even Colin Sexton.
Yeah,
that could work. I mean, I think the Jazz are what are they?
They're not gonna be good.
They're not gonna be
good. The West has 13 teams that are potentially able to make the postseason.
Yeah, exactly. The West
Jazz and Trailblazers suck.
Yeah. So I mean, even the Trailblazers, if you get Jeremy Grant.
Yeah.
Shout. Yeah.
He was there before.
Get Sharp.
Yeah.
You could.
Yeah.
You could, yeah.
Right?
But
like there's a lot because all these teams they know their ass. Exactly. So if they get like let's say a Milwaukee pick or not Milwaukee, sorry, if they get like a Clipper pick, I take it.
Yeah,
for sure.
We're definitely we'll get you back on the pod.
We have one more thing.
We have one more thing. No, I'm saying we're going to talk about this. But we have
one more thing before this.
Oh,
okay. Maybe.
Out of all this talk, we didn't even talk about the Raptors' current situation.
Oh yeah, we should. Let's start on this one and the pod after this. Okay.
We didn't talk about the Raptors' current situation.
Let's talk.
We are what 2-6, 2-7. We have
an activity
2-7.
Yeah. 2-7
with all the injuries.
Look, coming into the season, I'm like, okay, tanking for Cooper Flag is a full possibility.
Flag, bro.
Right, 100%, and they should do it. Right.
Yeah.
But the jump that Grady Dick has taken has been absolutely incredible.
Oh, insane!
It's actually like out of nowhere. I'm so surprised what he is doing.
Second-year player too. It's insane.
Yeah. RJ Barrett in a Raptors uniform is a completely different player.
Oh yeah,
in a New York Knicks uniform.
Bro, this guy just became he's like, I'm feel Canadian again. Maple Mamba, bro.
He has if he could keep this up, he has a genuine shout for All-Star this year.
Oh yeah, I think he's gonna get it. You
don't know voters, man.
Dude, you never know, but like, and then on the top of that, you're doing with the young guys, like you said, Davion Mitchell. I think we said this before the pod.
Davion's.
I don't know how Masai finessed that thing because the Kings cut that player, Jalen McDaniels, right after. And
they needed the cap space.
Yeah, they did need the cap space and all that stuff. But like at the end of the day, you're getting that guy for nothing as your future backup point guard. Jamal Shed in the second round, impressive rookie. Jonathan Mugbo, impressive rookie. It's funny that our least impressive rookie so far has been our first round pick. But he's been injured, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
I think he needs G League minutes. I think Jacoby Walter needs G League minutes just to get his shoulder back in place and just to kind of get the reps in. Because it's not his fault that he's doing playing
just
bad.
My overall take again from a neutral side of things, when we did it, like the preview, I had them making the play-in. After looking at this roster and the more I thought about it, I'm like, bro, if they're healthy, they could be that team from Scotty's rookie year.
Let me say something. Shout out Jakob Pertl. Holy fuck, this guy's insane. Guy is so he's gotten
Still
better.
don't like the trade for you guys. I personally don't.
I don't like the contract.
Even him.
Why not? You know why that contract? You know what the good thing about that contract? It's so tradable. And right now, it's all-time value. No.
JV's is 12 mil right now, so he's more tradable at the moment.
It is, but JV's not doing as much as Yak.
It's not the money. It's the length that I don't like. I don't like the. I'm fine with the money. We could do that. It's the length that was the biggest issue for me. And obviously, Jakob Pertl at that situation. The reason why I didn't like the trade, is that you're trading a first away from Jakob Pertl to get you from a 10 seed to a 9 seed that year, and you got bounced out by the Bulls.
But here's the thing. You wanna hear an outrageous trade or a potential trade? I'm thinking, right? Grizzlies need a center besides Zach Edey. Zach Edey's too raw right now. Right? Raptors are in a rebuild, retool. If we really want to tank for Cooper Flag, guys, I have a great trade, okay? Hear me out. The Grizzlies send
Bring
over...
Edey home.
That's what I'm saying. No, send over Jakob Pertl to the Grizzlies because they will actually genuinely be a way better team with Jakob Pertl. Crazy. Jaw will literally be like cooking
because
way
like
better.
when Valanciunas was there, they were really good.
Oh, bro. If you send Jakob Pertl down to the Grizzlies and we get like a first round pick and like Zach Edey, bro, I would take that. I would do the trade.
And the reason why that's going to make us much worse is that our rebounding and our size is already sucks.
It goes to shit. But the thing is, it's a tank. It's strategic too because Zach Edey.
That's why
like Chomche, we have Chomche. I think Chomche will be good in a couple of years. I think he needs some development, but I think he'll be good. We lost Christian Koloko because of these fuckers.
Well, okay, you can't blame us because he chose to come to us after
it's LA, man. I choose LA too.
Blame his health. The guy got blood clots.
Man.
थोड़ा सब्जियां खाया कर.
Right? Yo, you know what? I'm gonna make you depressed, you Lakers. Fuck.
Go.
Right? Scottie Pippen Jr. for Memphis Grizzlies balling out. You motherfuckers cut him for LeBron James Jr. $8 million contract guaranteed. Scottie Pippen Jr. is doing way better.
Well, here's the thing with those type of players.
How you feel now? Huh?
No, I don't care. Because one, Darvin Ham. Two, players like that are not usually like coming in like that. Like Austin Reeves worked out, right?
He did.
He got the opportunity, but even with was it with Vogel?
Vogel.
Darvin Ham did not give him the proper opportunity. He said it himself in the press conference, like I wanted when they beat Milwaukee. There's a coach that did not want me or something, and I wanted to show him, right? So for like to your point, like that type of player needs to go to that type of team. Bring his value. So I personally didn't care.
Fair enough.
Going back to Raptors, like I think playing should be personally very much a possibility.
Cooper Flag should be the better goal.
I think Ace Bailey might be actually a better fit though for the Raptors.
I feel like Flag just because of their size.
But like if you think about it, after Pirtle, like we don't really have a young center.
That's what I'm saying. If we get rid of Pirtle and get Zach Edey and then draft Cooper Flag, we're set. We're good to go. We're good to go. We're like the actually championship with the next 3 years.
Yeah, there's hope. As Raptors fans, right? It might not have been there at the beginning of the year, but like with the rate that these players are developing at, there is actually hope for this season. There's actually excitement to watch the Raptors this year.
Last thing I want to mention is very quickly before we do this thing.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on my squad then? As from a neutral side of things, with JJ Redick coming in, what were your thoughts when he first came as head coach, and then now you saw them play a couple of games?
I got you. JJ Redick is your best head coach option you probably could have gotten because of the connection with LeBron James. I think he's mad underrated. I think he's been doing all the right things. I just think your guys' team hasn't changed, right? You guys didn't really do much besides draft Dalton Connect and Bronny James Jr., right? What else did you guys really do in the offseason? And Christian Koloko, right? And then I think the main thing with the Lakers that they need to watch out for is D'Lo. Dude, D'Lo is like I don't
him to a 6-man yesterday. Hopefully, and he did good. So let's see if that's the role.
I don't know if you guys gotta threaten D'Lo to trade him to make him play better.
Like last year.
It's or some because he's had spurts over like this.
He's a good player. He just doesn't do good when you need him to be good, like all the time. He's not consistent. That's the one thing. He's inconsistent.
These random times he draws 40-point games.
Yeah.
Right?
Then he just fucks off.
And then the next team is like,
So
holding the
for me, like the whole I hated the talk. Like Bronny James was a 55th pick, right?
Yeah.
If it was a 17th pick, then I would understand that. I would be outraged.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's last year's 55th overall pick? Like the year before.
But think about it this way: 55th overall.
He was a business pick.
54th. I think Raptors drafted Chomshay with the 54 or 56th or something.
Something like that.
Bro, he's a 7 foot prospective, really good center. Like that could be one day.
The point is
you guys need size.
Lakers and Raptors kind of have good development.
Well,
no, because we had Austin Reeves. We had Alex Caruso came through that process.
Yeah,
our management is terrible for that. I'm saying the developing players.
But the thing is, you guys
and scouts like your guys scouts and the Boss brothers that scout these guys. They'll find a way to do it.
Your problem, the biggest problem with the Lakers is you guys are already tied. You guys have no bench. You guys' picks are tied up in other teams now.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis can't carry the load. LeBron and Anthony Davis can't carry the load of your team. You guys need not even a third superstar. You just need a better supporting cast.
Yeah, that's all it is.
If you guys had Davion Mitchell, fucking Grayson Allen, I'm talking like general player models, right? Like if you had a Davion Mitchell, a Grayson Allen off the bench, these aren't even freaking superstars. These are guys that are paid normally.
I want to see what Pelinka better make some trades like how he did the year.
What is he gonna trade for?
No, but we still have the 2029.
But what do you want? What do you think would help your team? You tell me as a Lakers fan. What do you think?
Jeremy Grant's gonna be available.
But then money tied up.
Money tied up, bro.
At the end of the
day, it depends. Basketball's not hockey though, so that's the one thing people.
Yeah, you could finesse out of it.
You could finesse out of it, but the problem is, do you really think a Jeremy Grant's gonna help save your team?
I mean, the way AD and LeBron are kind of.
I feel like you trade your pieces to get better.
The thing with that is AD and LeBron obviously can carry the load.
Yeah.
The issue is the bigger question, in my opinion, is how long can they carry the load?
Exactly, because
one is like
LeBron's almost 40, bro.
Yeah. One's like almost a older as our Bapu.
Yeah, that ass.
And the other is praise every single day that he could play.
Yeah, I mean, he was healthy last year. Okay, we'll hold it there because we do have to. On the pod, but I really want to do this thing.
Okay, go. Let's go.
So we'll bring you back for sure.
Yeah. Y'all, if y'all want a whole basketball episode, I'm telling you,
it will be a whole basketball.
Yeah, it'll go down. I'm telling you.
It will go down. Don't worry. Expect a future overreaction,
basketball
NBA overreaction
with Ekdeep.
Let's go. Expect one also with Pardeep as well.
Bro, I actually have some outrageous takes. You guys will actually laugh.
But this activity is gonna be build your basketball player. We're gonna name you. We're gonna name you an attribute.
Okay.
And you're gonna pick a player, past or present.
Okay.
That you think
preferably
is the
that
best.
you have watched.
I'll say present then. We'll say present then. Sure.
You cannot repeat an
and
answer.
I can't repeat. Fuck. Okay, let's go.
You could, if you say an answer and you want to change it, you could do that.
Okay, let's do it. I'm done.
We're gonna start off with height/body, so the build of the player.
Giannis.
Okay. Next one, athleticism.
Prime, or can I just currently?
Prime, yeah, you could say prime.
Oh, Russell Westbrook.
Anyone
prime.
that you have seen.
Yeah.
Prime athleticism, Russell Westbrook, 100%.
Obvious answer, 3-point.
You guys are gonna.
You better say the right answer.
You better say the right answer.
Guys, I was thinking Iguodala. No joking.
Iguodala.
Iguodala. No, I'm playing Curry.
Okay.
Of course, yeah.
Mid-range.
DeMar DeRozan.
Yes. Finishing.
Ooh, that's a good one. Finishing is fuck. Okay. Kyrie.
Yeah.
Kyrie.
But the next one.
Handles.
Dribbling. Yeah.
Dribbling. Ooh, okay. I think Kyrie dribbles better, but I think his finishes are also really tough. So you can either go either or, right?
You could go either.
Handles though, I would say fucking Ja Morant, man. I think handles Ja Morant for sure.
Playmaking.
Oh, LeBron.
Perimeter defense.
Drew Holiday.
Interior defense.
This is a good one. I would have to say Wemby.
That's fair. And then the last one is going to be IQ.
IQ. Fuck, I thought.
Not Emmanuel quickly.
Yeah. Good. That was a good one. I was gonna give LeBron, but I can't repeat, right? Because LeBron's.
You could change playmaking if you think.
Playmaking, right? I would say IQ LeBron.
Yeah.
Playmaking. If I go back to playmaking, I would want to say Chris Paul.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, we could flip those two.
Yeah, flip it.
I thought you were gonna go Yoke.
No, you can flip it either way.
So you have built the build of Giannis, athleticism of prime Russell Westbrook, 3-point of Curry, mid-range of DeMar, finishing of Kyrie, with the handles of Ja, playmaking of CP3, perimeter defense of Drew Holiday, interior defense of Wemby, and the IQ of
LeBron.
The oldest man in the NBA.
But here's the thing. Am I like not? Is that not the best player?
Yeah.
It is. It's fair. Like at the end.
Like what would you swap out?
Not.
Like okay, I know
as a fan you would swap Wemby and AD.
Fair.
As a fan,
I would swap Kyrie and Ja.
That's fair.
Or I could put Ja's athleticism.
Yeah, I could put Ja's athleticism and put Kyrie handles.
Kyrie handles. Finishing
is tough.
That's a tough one.
Finishing is tough, bro.
Yeah.
Because Kyrie does both. So
that's what the thing is, yo. If you all have seen Kyrie play, bro, the way this guy spins it off the glass is insane.
It's nuts.
But the thing is, you could say Jaw's really good at finishing too. But then Jaw also has those dunks where he like he almost hits it, then he like falls, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Now he's week to week now.
Yeah, he's week to week, day to day. So to be continued.
Again, we would love to continue this next time with you for sure, whether your podcast or our podcast.
Yeah,
but one thing we want to end off before.
Ooh, okay.
Advice to guys like us that ended up doing a podcast that are aspiring. To the young ones out there that want to look up to you and how they should get content creation.
Look up to me? Crazy.
Look up to you.
No, all just said. Yo, just do it. Like literally like the Nike slogan, just do it. Because the biggest thing is time is really valuable. I've learned that the hard way as I've grown up in life. The longer you wait to start something, there's never a perfect time to start it. You know, like when we first started the pod, like you guys first started the pod, you guys probably imagine your first episode's not what your episode is now. And like when you first uploaded that first episode, you're probably like, fuck, this is it. I'm doing it, right? You're going to get better with the repetitions. It's the same thing with the gym, same thing with soccer, basketball, fucking whatever you do in life. Like you can't just like tell me like, oh yeah, I'm going to wait for the best opportunity to go to the gym. No, you just start.
Yeah.
Like there's no best opportunity to lose weight. Like you just do it, you know? It's the same thing with content creation. Another thing is just be confident. Everyone's gonna fucking freak out when they first talk to a camera for the first time. It looks awkward. Like I have some moments where I'm looking a little awkward. Maybe some of the average open guys, like same thing, right? But like you learn to get better with that over time. It's just timing. Just start sooner rather than later. I think the best piece of advice someone ever gave to me was like, you don't want to be 65 you don't want to be like 85 laying on your deathbed with all your family around you and then have regrets of like not doing things in your life, right? So start that podcast, start that freaking Minecraft YouTube channel, start that gaming channel, whatever your passion is. Whatever your passion is, right? Whether it's like drawing, right? Just start it. Because at the end of the day, like you can live your life knowing that you at least tried.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
But yeah, words of wisdom with Ekdeep from Hours Before Midnight. Appreciate everybody watching. We'll definitely be continuing this basketball talk because I would love to talk more. Oh, yeah. I don't know. You definitely found a platform where you can talk more.
Bro, I'm fucking gonna go off one day. Yeah. Someone's gonna tell me one day that, Ekdeep, you do too much basketball shit. I'm gonna be like, that's me, brother.
No.
But yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching. All Ekdeep's links will be all linked down below. Hours Before Midnight will be linked down below. You can reach out to him on Instagram DMs. Yes, sir. Now we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another BTR podcast. Today, our second ever.
You're going to red now.
No, that's not good, man.
Too much energy.
ज़्यादा जोश में तेरे मिल गई. बड़ा introvert है.
That is the only time I'm like loud.
Oh God.